All right, so I hope that you can see now that market research is huge. If you missed the first video, if you're seeing this for the first time on YouTube or on my blog, you might want to go back and check out the first video, which I think is the most important video and the most important lesson is the market research, and to see if your idea or what you should be trying in the Kindle marketplace, because they give you all of the details, all of the information. They give you what people are already buying, and they give you kind of like a gauge to see how many books are selling and all that. All right, but if you did see in the last one, I went to this book and I kind of went back to it because it was a good example, I think. We were in the weight loss niche, and again, this applies to any niche that you go into. I'm in about 3 or 4 different niches, and it works all the same. The numbers are what you're looking at. Obviously, once you start designing, then you're going to look at colors that are standing out and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that a little bit. But in this lesson or this video, I wanted to show you now that you have your 5 ideas or 4 ideas, whatever, however many you got. I'd like to see you have about 5. Then you're going to have to see if you can write about it or if you can have someone write about it. Now, if you think that you can write about it, all the research is online. And we never had Google before. I mean, anything that you've ever read is basically research. It's just you reading it and then putting it into your own essay, or your own words. That's how we kind of learn things, and then we teach things, right? I mean, that's what a teacher does. A teacher goes and they learn the stuff, and then they teach the stuff out of a book, and then they test their students, and then their students pass, and it's just the way it works. Google is like the best thing that's been ever invented in my book. I mean, they give you everything at your fingertips. So this here, it's the same idea. If you're going to write it yourself, you can just outline the chapters and then just go do the research. Or you can hire someone like me, because I don't really like to write all that much. I probably should, but I don't. I'm not a good typer. I think that's one of my biggest issues. But yeah, you just lay it out for them, put an outline together, and then they go ahead and they can write it for you, and I can show you where to get that done and figure out who's right for you and not. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you. So if I was going to write about this book right now, if I was going to pick this, Real Food for Real Fat Loss, number one, I'd want to see what was getting people's attention, why it's working. It says quickly lose 20 pounds naturally with the meal program for busy people. Okay, so right away we're thinking quickly lose, 20 pounds. So some people are out there to lose 10, 20, or 30 pounds. So it'll work for any of those people naturally. So you're not using any, any pills or anything like that, and you're doing it with a meal program, and it's for busy people. I mean, we're all busy, so that's what people want. They want quick, easy, and not a lot of work. Okay, so that's good. So we have all that information. That's good to go off of, so we know we got that concept. Okay, now what I would do is I would go down here, and they basically, in this description, they give you the chapters. Okay, they give you what's going to be talked about. Okay, so too busy to spend hours in the kitchen or gym? Good news, you don't have to. Finally, there's a practical and realistic fat loss eating plan that will slide into your busy life with ease. In the weight loss book, you will easily learn 1, 2. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like, these are what's covered in the book. So why can't you do the same thing? I'm not saying the exact, how to stay motivated and never feel hungry. So come up with a better headline and basically write about how to stay motivated and not feel hungry all the time. How to avoid the sugar cravings. Snacking is actually good for you. And I know that for a fact that eating 6 meals a day is better for you. So that makes sense to me. So I might make something there like, how eating 6 meals a day is good for you, or how eating more can be good for you. Not snacking maybe. How easy it is to fit this program into your busy lifestyle. How to break your appetite for bad food and good, and to keep off the weight. How to keep your social life by choosing the right food when eating out, all of that type of stuff. You just go through here. What I would do, I'd copy and paste, and then I'd use that as reference. I would make a text doc, and I would put all of my resources in there that I want to kind of have ideas for my book. And then what I would do is I would go through and then figure out new headings, and then I would basically figure it out. So this way here, it was a step-by-step plan that was going to give these people a result if they did it. And I know personally about health and weight loss because it's important to me. So I know that, if you eat 3,500 less calories a week than what your body needs to maintain, you're going to lose 1 pound. So if you were to tell people or explain to people how to figure out how many calories it took to maintain their weight, because everybody's different, and then if they could shave 500 calories a day off of that maintenance level, 7 days is 3,500 calories, they would lose 1 pound a week. So in 10 weeks, they could lose 10 pounds. If you wanted to speed that up, you'd have to increase that or increase the activity to where now they're burning 500 calories and they are, losing 500 calories because they're in a calorie deficit. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm just telling you, I know about this, so I know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, you don't have to. I do think that you should definitely be talking about something, though, that interests you. Why not learn while you're creating this? That's what's awesome about it. And there's got to be something in there in all those categories I showed you that draws you. Or maybe you're having a problem right now. Maybe there's an issue in your life. Maybe, and I know we just got a new puppy, okay, about 6 months ago. I had a book written about how to train a puppy because I had answers, and I had questions. So I had it all done, and I had it put into a book, and I knew when I got it what I wanted in there. So I just wrote a list of what I wanted to know, and I had it written. And now that book right now, it's still early, but that book right there is selling at 99 cents, and I'm selling between 10 and 15 of those a day. Okay, I'm not making a ton of money on that, but it's building right now, so that way when I turn it over to $2.99, I could get my 4 to 5 sales a day. Okay, you see? It doesn't have to be that hard. All right, so now the other thing you can do is, a lot of times it's not like this. This is why I picked this, though. This is awesome that they put that in there for you. But read the descriptions. You'll have to click on here, and you'll have to do a look inside. All right, and if you do a look inside, a lot of times they'll have chapters. Now here, it already went to this page. We don't want that. We want to go here. So here's the contents, okay? And it's giving you a lot of ideas that you may want to cover in a book. So what I do is I come up with 8 to 12 chapters, okay, chapter headings, and then I give them to my writer. And I tell them that I want it to be an action plan. I want you to give information that's going to basically give them a result at the end. And I want you to research it. I want to get, because a lot of people like lists. They like, step-by-step stuff. So I want stuff like step 1, do this, step 2, do that. And then this will happen. So I just instruct him on how to do it, and he does it. And it usually takes him, honestly, about 3 to 4 days to complete a book, a whole book. Okay, so in a week's time, I can have a book done for under $150, and it's really, really good quality. All right. Now, one thing that I did realize, and I'm not going to cover that 100% in this, but editing is huge. You do not want to put something out there that's got grammar errors or punctuation or any of that stuff. You do not want to do that, because then your reviews are going to show it, and people will rip you apart. I already have 1 or 2 that he wrote for me that's happening. I have to take them now. I'm going to go over to Fiverr, and I'm going to have an editor edit them for $5, and then they're going to give it back to me, and I'll re-upload it. That's the other cool thing about this. If you were to publish this in a paperback, you would have to send this back to the press, have them print however many copies that you already had. Here with Amazon and in the Kindle platform, you can update it, and within 12 hours, it's updated. All right, you can make changes, you can add links, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's so powerful. All right, I'm kind of getting off track here. Okay, but that's how you basically select your chapters that you want to talk about. Then the other thing that I would do after you get your text doc together, and you create a text doc, and you have all these resources about this book that you're going to create before you give it to your writer, you might want to just go into Google and type this, real food for real fat loss. Okay, so go over here and just basically type that in and see what comes up. Okay, and you can get other ideas, or you can, instead of saying real food, how about real food helps weight loss. Okay, you can see it's already there. Okay, so here you can go how I lost weight eating real food. Okay, so let's go over here, and it's probably a blog or something. And right here, look at this person is going to give you, okay, the 5 most important things I did that helped me lose weight today. My tips. So this is someone else's, looks like their book, but it's giving you portion control, exercise is important, medical and medical weight loss advice for real and whole foods. Okay, so again, you can read this and get a bunch of ideas that you can include in your book. All right, so again, I'm going to stop now so you can start creating your chapters, but that's how you do it. All right, you just basically come up with 8 to 10, and they're going to be about 1,000 to 1,200 words per chapter, or overall for the book you want it to be between 8,000 and 10,000 words, because after you format it, which I'll show you how to do, that book will be around 40 to 50 pages long. And that's without adding any images. If you want to add some images, that'll increase it as well. But you want it to be around 40 to 50 pages, and that'll get you the $2.99 price point. That's usually the sweet spot. All right, so that's it. Go do your homework. That's how you do it, and I will talk to you in the next lesson, which we will probably end up now talking about where you're going to get it written and how you're going to tell them how to write it. And then from there, the next step after that will be getting it back and then editing it. So this way here, it's ready to be published. All right, so again, this is Scott with OnlineIncomeBlogger.com. If you want to follow along, go to my blog, or if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe to this channel. Or like I said, you can just head over to OnlineIncomeBlogger.com. All right, that's it. Talk to you later. Get to work.